I wanted to touch on what you mentioned just a couple minutes ago, and the concept of forgiveness. And for those of us, I mean, all of us, I think, know that there are people in our lives that we need to forgive. But it is not always easy to do that. Can you speak about that and the importance of it? And how does one forgive someone that has wronged us in the past?
With great difficulty, I would say. But it's a learning curve, and like all these things, like once you said no and mean it, put out the energy, everything is vibration. You put out the energy, I'm not going to take abuse anymore. Then the abusers go away. It's like a bully, but they're cowards. And if you punch a bully on the nose, they run away.
Right.
And it's doing that. You have to say no and mean it. So it's a holistic thing. The point and why I think Spirit, I realized the whole life I had was designed to be able to write the book. You cannot write about something you haven't experienced. And not that has the vibration where people know it's the truth. Because so much of it's fantastic.
Yes.
You know, people, really. And yet everyone who's read it said, I know it's the truth. And when I talk about things, people know I'm telling the truth because I am. However fantastic it might be, it's all vibration. And coming on to forgiveness, now that was a long process. Imagine an onion and you're peeling the skins off. It's like that. And you don't know whether you've got all the skins off till you've got them all off. And that's the problem with forgiveness. I thought there are 4 stages. The first stage is you forgive. And can I say at the beginning, you don't have to see the person to do this. They don't even have to be alive anymore. But it has to come from the heart. You first forgive them. Okay, I forgive what happened. You then bless them and wish them all the well. The thing that took, and this whole process took me 4 years. The third stage, I really thought I'd cracked it, I'd done it, was to thank him for what he'd done. Because I wouldn't be who and what I am today without what I went through that I had to overcome, to rebuild my self-esteem, to say no and mean it, to face one's fears, to turn your weaknesses into strengths. There are few things more growing than making your greatest weakness your greatest strength. And that's one of the things I had to do.
Yes. Yes. I can understand that. So
I thanked him for doing that, because I wouldn't be who I was, who I became. We are all the sum of all our experiences. And this is an old expression, not mine, but it's true. It's nonetheless, is that it's not what happens to you in life that matters. It's how you respond to it.
Oh, it is so true.
Yeah.
So true. So the components of forgiveness, I mean, just
Just
summarizing what
there's another one.
There's one more. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. And I really thought, I've done that. Yeah,
Yes,
I thanked
okay.
him from the heart,
Okay.
etc. And it was in Italy, only a few months before crossing the Atlantic, that I was resting on the flybridge of the boat. And I suddenly thought about him. And I just spontaneously sent him from my heart love. And that is the final process. And when I did that, I was free. I felt so different, because the forgiveness, the true forgiveness, and he'd been dead 5 years by then, but I forgave him from my heart. But love can only be felt. You can't say, I love you. Most people don't know what it means even. It's unconditional love from the heart. When you've done that, they're the 4 stages. You've forgiven.
Oh, that's wonderful. So forgive first.
Yes.
Bless. Thank. And then probably one of the most important things to conclude it is to send that unconditional love. I love that. I think that is a recipe for what we all want.
Very much so.
Yes.
And if there was more love in the world, it would be a better place.
Oh, I 100% agree with that. And I know there are a lot of people would agree with that.